Rhythm and Raj. Hi, it's me. Rhythm and Raj. Talking about music. Rhythm and Raj. Rhythm and Raj. It's Rhythm and Raj. Let's begin. Hello, you beautiful people. Ladies, ladies, gentlemen, and them tool. I'm going to work on it. How y'all doing? How y'all doing on this fine Tuesday or whatever day you choose to click this? I am your host, Raj. Welcome to Rhythm and Raj, a pod where I ramble for 40 minutes and you guys seem to not hate it. So I guess I'll keep going. I honestly think this is a very fun platform to talk to y'all about things that, people ask me creatively on a normal basis, or just like, if I have a cool conversation with some of my musician friends. I think it's really nice to come here of all places and properly have a discussion, even though sometimes it's actually it's not one-sided anymore because you guys started hitting me back. And this is the moment where, boom, yep, beautiful graphic. Y'all need to hit that. Message me at Rhythm and Raj on Instagram, or hit my email, tarajmix.g or at Gmail. Yeah, tarajmix@gmail.com. Send me questions, send me things you want me to talk about, songs you maybe want me to break down, hell, even songs you just want me to listen to. I'm here to interact with you. This is not for me for real, even though I know it's my name's in the title, but it's for us. It's for dialogue, conversation, and great things. And I'm happy to be here with you for another week. Hope yours wasn't as mentally stressful as mine was. I hope you had a really wonderful time. And if you did have a stressful time, it's okay. These are things that we get through. We are put here on this earth to live, and living means sometimes you got to fight a couple battles. You're stronger than you think. Believe it. Anyway, I just really appreciate y'all for sharing and kicking it with me and actually like caring. Because there's a lot of stuff out in this world and you don't have to care. You don't have to give a damn. Because, again, you just have to live. Nothing else matters. So I appreciate you giving me a little bit of time, a little bit of the time that life has graced you with. So with that in mind, I won't waste much more of yours. Let's get right into our songs of the week on time this time. Damn, I'm getting better. Anyway, so our first song of the week is a song that maybe some of you would not expect me to say, but that just means you don't know me well enough yet. So let's get cooler. This song is All My Exes Live In Vortexes by Rosie Tucker. This song low-key made me cry, which when you hear it, you're going to laugh at me, and that's fine. That's okay. But it's a really cool, really well-written, kind of rock song about leaving your exes in the trash. And obviously you can hear in the record that she still has feelings within these people. I won't say for, because I don't want to put that energy on her, but feelings within and around these people that seem to kind of level themselves to such a degree in her mind that she kind of has to express it. It's a really cool record, in my opinion. I like the sound. I love how she chooses such interesting rhythms, and the arrangement is cool. And her vocal tone is awesome. Everything, everything, everything all at once. That's like such a cool sound. I know I butchered that. I'm sorry. I Alicia Keys that first note, but she genuinely, the song itself just feels genuine. I don't know another way to put it. It's a really wonderful, wonderful lyrical experience for me. And I hope you enjoy as well. Next, a song I have been in fucking love with that you don't know. And boy, am I glad to show it to you and introduce you to this wonderful artist. I hope so bad that I am saying his name right, because I have not gotten the chance to actually, talk to the man person to person. But, it is It's Not Over Yet by Kaiyel. I love this fucking song. It is the second part of a two-piece that he dropped. And, of course, the bigger song for folks is Been a Long Day. It's the other part of it. It was like it was his social one. It's the one they've posted the most. But I prefer this piece. It's Not Over Yet is this really, really beautifully written, like, ode to getting through a long day. And I think it's perfect for how, a lot of us feel throughout this long, short life we live. You know, today may be hard. Tomorrow's probably also gonna be hard. But like shit, you can got through today, man. Fuck it, we can get through the next day too. You know, I think it's a really cool sound, and it's like the guitar feeling is nice, and it's very dreamlike. For being about a long day, it is very simultaneously relaxed and kind of like the opposite of what you would expect for something about a long day. I love it very, very much. It feels like truly winding down, and I think that's what he wanted to do. And sir, well done. Chef's kiss, 10 out of 10 on that execution. I love how your fucking voice sounds. I love everything about this song. I DM'd him about it, and I wanted to say way more words, but I'm like, that's a weird thing to do, no matter how much you love a song. But I love this fucking song, and I hope you do too. Now, the next record, our last song of the week. I always try to put one record from a friend or from a local artist, something like that. So not local, a Californian, but a friend nonetheless. This is Kind of Crazy by Solukewarm and Galassie. Galassie. Let me make sure I enunciate. Galassie. Because that man is the truth as well. But Solukewarm. Luke is one of my favorite musicians. I love hearing him sing. I love hearing him write because he does every style. And I mean every style. Makes it all from scratch. Has fun with it. I think he has really good people that he collaborates with. He's really found a way to express himself innately. It feels almost like without even trying, he's just exuding himself on every record. And that's something that a lot of people wish they could do. You're going to hear this song, and yeah, you might hear some influences. Absolutely. But it's written like Luke. It sounds like Luke. Every one of them does, no matter what it sounds like. And I love this song. I love D'Angelo and that neo soul bag and all of that. Like, I just that section of sound. Shout out to Soul Aquarians, but he manages to make you feel a bit of that while kind of modernizing parts of it with some stutters and a lot of things you would never really expect in that sound. But him and Galassie and Luke managed to just capture a perfect, pure feeling, especially for a love song or a song about wanting to do things with somebody. And they just captured such a perfect energy for it. It feels like lightning in a bottle, if I could describe it as a song. I love it very, very much. Shout out to Luke. Shout out to Galassie. Please go listen to that. Go listen to all three of those songs. All My Exes Live in Vortexes by Rosie Tucker. It's Not Over Yet by Kaiyel. And Kinda Crazy by Solukewarm and Galassie. Your songs of the week. Okay, so with that through, I don't know if it's the right way to walk into this. But since we're awarding songs already, we might as well talk about songs they gave real awards to. So I genuinely want to have discourse on this one day, maybe with another person. But the Grammys are interesting and people's reactions to them are funny. And I don't really give a shit about them. Like, I think the awards don't matter. I mean, they matter. They obviously matter because it's more money in somebody's pocket, and it's a reason to charge more. It's a reason for people will look at you more. It's a bigger view. People of a certain stature may respect you more because it is a jury of your and their peers. The certain level of whatever judging you and giving you awards. I'll probably feel much different about it when I can actually compete for one. But in the current moment, I don't necessarily care for it, but it would be cool to have one. You know what I mean? I think my family would love to have one of theirs or one of mine. I just think that would be cool. But besides that, I don't really give a shit about it. And I also look at who they give the awards to, and I chuckle sometimes. I'm not going to lie. But this year, they shocked me. They got a category so right, I can't even be mad at it. And I'm probably very, very far on the you old side of this, even though I'm not old, but I've been getting roasted for this. They gave Killer Mike a good sweep. I love Killer Mike. I've been a Killer Mike fan since I was young. I've always loved him. Heard him on an Outkast song, never shied away. Reagan, if you could inject that energy into my bloodstream, go ahead, brother. I love that song. I love that whole album. Honestly, him and LP are perfect together. Shout out Run the Jewels. But when you let Killer Mike kill mics, you can never go wrong. And this album is amazing. People are mad Travis Scott didn't win. People are mad Drake didn't win. There's other albums on that list too, but in my mind they don't matter comparatively. But those were like the three best albums of the bunch. And I think that it's a toss-up between them. Really, I think it's a toss-up between Killer Mike and Drake. But either of those albums could have won, and I personally would have been satisfied. They would have made sense. But best rap performance, you gotta give that to Killer Mike's song. You have to. There's an Andre 3000 verse on there. Future fits on a song with Killer Mike and Andre 3000, which, yes, he's Dungeon Family, but I mean, he sonically fits on that song so well. It's like a perfect amalgamation of what rap was, is, and will be. Will be in my mind. Because that future sound is never going away anywhere. And I think there's a perfect blend of all three of those bags coming eventually. I don't know who's going to do it. It's going to be awesome, though. So that was great to me. I'm not mad at the Taylor Swift stuff because it's Taylor Swift and white people love it. You know what I mean? Like people, let me not say white people because she has a big fan base, but people do like that music a lot. They think it's great. It's like the soundtrack to some people's lives. I saw someone say Taylor Swift is like the perfect energy for, the young the young white women, and then she's like the perfect nostalgia for the older white women. And I thought that was the greatest way you could put it because she perfectly encapsulates the feelings of so many people. Maybe not you, but a shit ton of people. So, of course, she had to win that. Would I have liked SZA's SOS to win? Absolutely. Do I love every song on SOS? No. So I can understand it not winning. I can understand any of the album or any of the categories that Taylor won. I can understand her winning. So I'm not too mad at it. It is what it is. On the best note of the entire night, let's stand and enjoy that Victoria Monet got recognized and got how many Grammys? Not one, not two, but three of them things as deserved. Man, I think she should have 10 in her catalog right now, but that's just me personally. Okay. Both Jaguar albums are amazing. No debate. She is amazing. She is the reason for so much amazing music that has been released. I think she deserves way more credit, love, and respect than she will ever receive. Ever. I think every award show that dubbed her, every artist that dubbed her, everything that fucked her over and hoed her in the past will have to have their beautiful day of reckoning with her when they see her smiling on a big stage. Because it's coming. It's coming. That woman is a superstar in my mind. I can't imagine it going any other way. She's got the perfect dance numbers. She's a great performer. She's an amazing writer. Like I want to write with her so bad. She's so good. I can't see her career going any other way. So shout out to Victoria Monet. Shout out to Killer Mike. Shout out to SZA, even though, you got tailored. It's tough. Happens to literally the best of us. But shout out to y'all. And I guess shout out to the Grammys. You got it more right this year than you have in the past. But producer of the year, I'm not even going to say how I feel about that on this pod because I don't know the man who won well enough to get my comments off. But y'all got to stop playing with D-Mile, man. That man cooked for Victoria Monet. That man has just every time he's touched keys or whatever, he has cooked for Lucky Day. And y'all love Lucky Day. Go ahead and give that man his award. Give it to him. Or give it to Metro Boomin. Or give it to any of the people that are making the crazy jump. I wouldn't even be mad if Benny Blanco got another one, man. Bro got a third in a row. See, I'm not trying to hate on dog. I'm not. I'm just saying. Anyway, now that the Grammys are out of my mind because I know it's old to y'all, but I kind of want to pivot into some things that I've been discussing with artists and other creative people lately. Not so much the actual art itself or anything crazy. So sorry for anyone hoping for like a crazy breakdown or nothing like. No, it's just a concept. And I think this concept can apply to many things in life, not just creative stuff. But when was the last time that you felt truly, truly free? Like free enough to do anything, no matter what, no scrutiny, no matter what someone says. You don't care about a thing other than what you about to do. And you go out there, no matter how big, no matter how small, and you actually can accomplish it and do it. I paused there because a lot of y'all really probably don't have an answer that's real from that recent. And from just talking to a lot of people in my life, I don't think people have been giving themselves true freedom. Because in order to do that, you have to be willing and able to fail. I don't think people really want to do that. I think failure is hard for folks. But failure is like the greatest thing that can ever happen to you. Dude, failure seems like it will end everything. But every time I have failed at something, it has been the beginning of a new chapter that I just was not prepared for, but I'm so glad I walked into. Failure breeds the evolution we really need. Whether you see it, whether you believe it or not, does not matter. It is true. And it's literally, in my mind, the greatest thing that life has to offer. I have fallen apart on numerous ideas. I have fallen apart on numerous fronts. But the way I have come back and the way I have doubled down on some of those ideas has made me better. You guys wouldn't have Belladonna if I didn't fail trying to write some R&B songs like that in the past. You wouldn't have Tell Me if I hadn't failed in my real life and had to accept it and move forward. You wouldn't have a lot of the stuff you guys like if I didn't trial and error my way through my existence, both creatively and literally, just saying things and doing things and feeling and being truly myself, no matter what the consequence is. Now, sometimes those failures may be pretty big and bad to the point where I don't grow better, yes, but the risk does not outweigh the greatness in what I've gained from it. So, well, with some things, I'm getting off topic, but in most ways, it doesn't. I think you have to allow yourself the ability to fail. You have to be able to walk out into the fire because eventually it's not going to feel so hot. Your skin's not going to burn as much. You're going to be okay. It's everything in this life is just trial and error. And if you don't try and there is no error, what do you really have? Like seriously, what do you have? What can you really do to prove that false? Like is there anything that you've just never failed at? So now all of a sudden it's just like, this is the best, I'm perfect, blah, blah, blah. No, you failed at literally everything at some point in your life. Has that completely stopped you from doing stuff and being yourself? It's probably stopped you from doing a lot of things, and it's probably stopped you from being parts of yourself. But man, try it again. Try what it was again. Go again. Do another run. Press play one more time. Press record one more time. Go holler at Shorty one more time. Send that text one more time, unless it's obviously a mistake, but just one more time. See if you succeed. See if you've gotten better. See if you grow a little. See if your knives just got a little bit sharper this swipe. See. I genuinely think that bad decisions beget good ones. Bad moments beget great ones. And, the only way to know is to know. Only way to know is to do. So give yourself the freedom to fail. And not only give yourself the freedom to fail, and I'm preaching this as a person who struggles within this right now. So I'm speaking not only to you, but internally to myself. Excuse me. Allow yourself not only to fail, but forgive yourself if you do. I know I'm asking a lot, but forgive yourself Don't get so down on your mistakes and things that just happen to not go the best. Like, because when you do that, you really get lost. You get lost in that place. You get lost in those downs. You can't necessarily pull yourself up all the time, you know? And eventually, if you keep letting that stuff eat at you, there is no coming back. There's none. And I don't think you want to go there. I don't think you want to live in that place. I don't think that place is for you. I think you're greater than that. I think you're built for more than that. And with that in mind, you have to accept things. You have to look at those failures and realize, temporary. You didn't fully fail. It's just a step. It's a bump. You're not behind. You're right where you should be. And you're still going forward, moving right to where you should be, to the goals you want. As long as you're trying, at least, but you're right where you should be. You're not behind. Don't listen to the programming of the internet. Don't listen to the programming of the music. Don't listen to what people say. I know you're like, damn, dog is 21 with an IT cert and he making 135,000. I'm over here working at Target. I'm broke. What am I doing? You doing what you're supposed to be doing, bro. You can go and find that kind of opportunity for yourself. Absolutely. But is that what you want? Is that what you need? Because I think you would have already walked into that if that's really, really, really where you should have been. And you wouldn't have been sitting here mad at about bro making that money. You would have just got up. You'd have went and got you one of those. And you would have got up on about your business. So with that in mind, stop looking around, bro. You got to have blinders sometimes to the things in life, man. You got to really have tunnel vision. Because if you don't, you're going to keep looking around and hating on everything you do, hating on everywhere you've been, hating on yourself. And you should never do those things. Where you are, what you are. Learn to love it, process it, walk forward with it, man. None of this shit is easy. None of it is. So you have to be able to forgive yourself for succumbing to the hard parts. The hard parts exist, bro. We can't like run away from stuff just because things didn't happen as fast as we wanted, bro. You got to keep going. Keep walking towards the fire. I said it earlier for a reason, man. And you remember how I talked about Killer Mike and Victoria Monet? What's one thing that is constant between those two stories that should kind of keep us motivated? Killer Mike is in his like 40s or 50s, I believe. He just got his first Grammys. That man has been rapping since before I could remember. That man has been rapping since before Apple made cell phones. That man has been rapping since there were, look, he's been rapping for a long time. Okay. It's been a while. And he just got his first Grammys. Victoria Monet, best new artist. I've been listening to Victoria Monet for like 10 years. She's in her 30s. She's making stuff. She's great still. But new artists? But that's the thing. You're as new as they say you are. Because you've been here. You've been putting the work in. And you know that. But they don't. And the moment they find out, the moment they see it, the moment they see everything you've ever done, and they love it and they believe in it, you win. So it doesn't matter if it's today. It doesn't matter if it's tomorrow. It obviously wasn't yesterday, so fuck yesterday. Whenever they see you, as long as you stay ready, that's you, man. How old was 2 Chainz when he popped? Mid-30s. How old was Rick Ross? Late 30s. That's how old they were when they popped. With that stuff in mind, and I guess this is more to the creatives, but with that in mind, why would you stop now? Why would I stop? In the great words of Big Sean, why would I stop? Why does that deter you? Why do you defer the things you think about? Because of age? Because of mistakes from the past? Man, let that shit go. Forgive yourself for not getting it done when you thought you could, and understand that maybe you just didn't know anything. Now you know things. Now you can be real. Now you can be built for the job. Now maybe you know how to get there. So go. Go for it. Now is your time. And you got to let go of your fears, to not be nothing, of your fears that hold you, it just from, I don't know, pressing record on a camera while you're standing outside, and the fears of public perception. People don't matter, dude. You got to forgive yourself for whatever embarrassed you in the past in public. Let it go. It doesn't mean anything. Love your decisions, and you can make it much further than you think you can. You just got to do stuff, man. Try shit. Let go of what was. Accept what is. And chase what can be. Because the moment you do those three things, man, skyrocket out of here. New world, new self, new everything. I believe in you. I believe in every single one of you out there listening and watching. I do, absolutely. I don't even have to know what you do. I don't even have to know who you are. And I believe in you. Because we all have the capability. Every single person has the possibility to do something awesome. I think every single person on this earth could write one hit song because we all live the human experience. It's not exactly shared, but come on, man. How many of y'all relate to my song specifically about my relationship? Exactly. Like, people can go through things similar to you and you never know it. So, that experience could translate perfectly. But I think we could all just do something great because we all understand this life to some degree. No matter what it is, even if it's just like a small thing, or you starting a foundation for something, or you campaigning for something, or you making a change in your community, whatever that may be, man, you can do that and it can be great and you can be great with it. So sorry for rambling down that, but I mean it, man. You got to let go of everything that's ailing you. Because none of it matters. It's all perception. And a lot of that shit exists in our minds. And we don't live in our minds. We live in the world. We live in the world. Okay. And in the world, man, things change. See? See how when I make this audio, I feel bad for y'all because I just changed the colors in the room and you're not even gonna get it. Anyway, with all of that being said, I think now is the moment I want to jump back into. Last week when I did this, okay, I didn't know people were actually going to enjoy it. I used to do a series on Instagram called "Let Me Explain," or a few words. Either one works, and it would be me putting meme pictures of what makes me feel like a specific song and what inspired that song. And then, what the song is about and my thoughts on it in the little description. But with this, I can do an expanded conversation. So if there's any records in particular, if there's any thoughts you have, anything, go ahead. Email me at tarajmix@gmail.com. Let me know if you want to hear about them. I can even do some of the ones that I did in that series a long time ago. And that episode I did about Camellia, I can re-rock those. I don't mind. I don't mind going into, more or less detail than I need to with some of these records. I don't mind at all. I like to help people understand where I'm at within the art because I learn where you guys are every day. I listen to people tell me about what they like of one song or what they think of this and that, and I love it. I love people's interpretations of the things that I go and do. I love them because that means you really personally connected. So I like to also share where I was and what I felt and see if you connect with that too. Because if you do connect with that, then you and I are one-to-one in a level that no one else can understand. And I like that more than anything, and I appreciate you for being able to do that. Hell, even if you don't understand me, I still appreciate you. But shout out to the ones that do. Shout out to the real special ones. I don't know what to call y'all. I don't have a fan. I don't want to call you villagers, though. Never mind. We'll find a name eventually. But I want to talk about a song that I love. Not necessarily one of my biggest, but one of my favorite songs that I think is perfect for right now. Fall. So Fall is a song about a very weird time in my life. Fall is kind of me shouting at a person or at a group of people that were kind of I felt more like a place for them to lay their head rather than a person in their life. I felt more like, the thing holding their door open rather than the man walking through the door with them. You get what I'm saying? More like an object of their benefit rather than us existing together. And it just sucked. It sucked. And it's like, I used to just let things be said to me and let people walk over me in ways that I still can't understand. And, I was just fed up with it. I was fed up with being the guy everyone falls on when they need help and when they need love and when they need something, because I didn't really have it in the way that I wanted or needed it. I have my family, absolutely, but there are things that you can't turn and say to your family. At least I can't comfortably. Maybe I could now, but then I could not. So, I kind of needed that in people, and people always found it in me. People find it very easy to talk to me, but I don't always find the same in other people. So, fall was me just crying that out and letting out that emotion of just being tired of being not the guy that, you really care about, but just being a guy in your life, whoever you are, because it was really a big amalgamation of people. But yeah, it's a record that I love very much. Shout out to Ashton McCrate for producing that beautiful, beautiful song. And it is a song that in my mind feels inspired by D'Angelo. Shout out to him. It was just his birthday. Played his albums on loop. I love D'Angelo if you didn't know. I don't know how you didn't know. I'm going to have another song that comes out pretty soon that sounds very much like I love D'Angelo. And even then, I hope people notice it. But with Fall, I'm shocked you didn't see it. I love that stuff. And so, when I heard the beat and I felt the bag, it was like, yeah, I got to do this. This is for me. This was written right for Raj. Time to do it. I got on it. I made that record, I think, in like a day. Did my little favorite vocal guitar thing, which one day I will break that down and give that sauce away. But I want to get maybe 2-3 more records of me doing it before I give that to y'all. But man, that's probably my favorite use of that effect too. Like, I love every bit of that song. I love how it's arranged. I love how I carried it. I could have done a third verse. I could have done a bridge. But it felt more like it needed an instrumental section of some kind. And I don't know if you've been watching the show and noticing, but like my body twitches a lot. And it can be difficult to play my instruments the way I used to. So instead of fidgeting, fussing, and fighting with a guitar, I chose to sing it. Be the instrument. Have fun with that. It's a very common thing. It's not like I'm the only person to do that. I'm not the first person to do that at all. But it's a pretty great use. And you'd have to really try to find some examples of somebody smoking that the way that I've smoked that. I mean, people have, absolutely. I'm, again, not the greatest to ever fucking do anything, but I do well. I like it. I think it fit perfectly. I think it fit tonally. And everybody seemed to like it. It was a really good, it was almost the closer to Was It Ever Love, but it didn't feel like it said everything I wanted to say. It was just a really, really good sound, and it was really heavy and a real strong, what I imagine would be a deep album cut. And I'm glad that it connected with people. I'm very glad that people have enjoyed it, almost as much as I did, because it's a song I think will live forever in my mind. And I'm just grateful that I got to actually sit down and make it, because I don't get to make a lot of the songs that I hear in my head come to reality the right way. They're always a little bit different than how they were in my head. But that song is 1-to-1. And I'm so grateful that I got to make it and that you guys like it. So anyway, I think I'll call it here. I've done enough rambling in your ears. And again, I'm so grateful that you even decided to click this, wanted to kick it with me. I hope it was enjoyable. I hope I'm not too preachy to you, but if I am, I hope I've inspired you to get up, to do things, to chase a version of yourself that maybe you don't even know about. You know, maybe when you let go of your fears, maybe when you let go of that uncomfortable whatever it is in your mind, you are going to unlock and discover something we have never seen. In whatever realm you're in, we've probably never seen it. So I'm excited for you to do that. I really am. And I hope it brings you every single thing you've been chasing in this life. Thank you so much for kicking it with me. Much love, peace, positivity. Be great. Bye.
Rhythm and Raj.
Hi, it's me.
Rhythm and Raj.
Talk about music.
Rhythm and Raj. Rhythm and Raj. It's Rhythm and Raj.